Good morning, my name is Chris Fox, and today we're talking motivation once more. The title of the video is Rise to the Occasion, and I chose that specifically because I'm very aware of a phrase that I hear quite often in the military science fiction author world. We don't rise to the occasion, we fall to the level of our training. And the idea behind that is that you need to drill the fundamentals. And if you don't drill the fundamentals, it's kind of impossible to rise to the occasion. In other words, if you are not an amazing author, if you haven't taken the time to study prose and characterization and some sort of story structure and all of the various little bits and pieces we need as authors to weave an exciting tale, if you haven't done all that legwork, no amount of rising to the occasion is going to get you out of that corner. You just got to do the work. You've got to do the training. So on the one hand, I understand what these people are saying. But on the other, I also think you need to rise to the occasion. It's vital that we rise to the occasion. And so many of us, at least today, are being encouraged not to do so. No, rising to the occasion is critical. And by that, what I mean is, I think Benjamin Disraeli said it well. Let me grab the quote here for us. Nothing can resist a will which will stake even existence upon its fulfillment. Or in other words, do it or die. It's powerful stuff. When you decide, I'm going to make this happen no matter what, when you rise to the occasion and say, okay, this is happening. Maybe I don't have all the training and skills that I need, but I'm going to try and figure out a way forward and get this stuff done. That kind of drive cannot be duplicated in any other way. And even if you have great amounts of training, nothing is preventing you from sitting on the couch and playing video games instead of making use of that training. Training's important, but you've got to couple it with a drive towards action, with a desire to get stuff done, with a desire every day to rise to the occasion and be kind of better than we were the day before. Complacency is dangerous, and that's to anybody. I mean, the more successful you are, the more likely you are to fall prey to it. So I really think that daily I need to check in with myself and my purpose and what am I trying to achieve for my family, and then whatever it is that I need to get done, get out there and get it done. Make sure that I am rising to the occasion, that I am making sure that my family's needs are taken care of, be they financial, emotional, whatever it is, that I'm getting that taken care of. And, I try to do a pretty good job of that. I take it very seriously. But I also don't neglect my training, and 3 times a week I'm lifting very, very heavy weights. For me to have developed muscle mass, and when I say muscle mass, I mean, I'm talking, when you can pick up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, that takes many years to develop. In my case, about 5 years to get to a point where I could deep squat a lot of weight. And I do it regularly, and I don't slack off. And even if I get an injury, and I'm old now, old and broken, I get injuries all the time, I still work out the parts of my body that I can work out. And as soon as possible, I get back to whatever the injured part is. I rise to the occasion, but I do not neglect my training. And the combination of those two factors has got me pretty far in life. So wherever you're at right now, however you're feeling about things, pick one of those two avenues. If you are able to rise to the occasion, look at where you're at today and say, you know what, gosh darn it, I'm going to set this goal and I'm going to make it happen. Great, do that. If that's not something you've got the mental fortitude to do at the moment, but you got to get something done, focus on your training. What are the basic fundamentals? If we're talking writing, what can you work on today? Where are your weak areas? Where do your readers complain if you don't have readers yet? Or do your friends complain or beta readers? Or where do you personally know that you're kind of weak? Find a writing exercise of some kind, write a new story, something, but work on your own abilities. Drill those fundamentals so that your training is in order. And then try to find a way to rise to the occasion. If you're doing both those things, it's pretty hard to fail. Anyway, guys, I am going to get back to the writing. For those unaware, I am working on a novel called Woodworkers Must Die. The last couple of videos are about how I'm taking a D&D campaign and making a fantasy novel. But if you're just into fantasy novels, we'll be talking more about this one soon. It's my first foray into humor since The Dark Lord Bert, and I'm trying to kind of refine my craft there and make it funnier and more topical. I thought that Bert was great. Bert is one of my favorite novels of all time, but it requires a certain level of understanding and familiarity with the lore around role-playing games and role-playing game players to really laugh at all the jokes. Whereas Woodworkers Must Die is just designed to be funny, and if you like lighthearted fantasy adventure, you're probably going to laugh a few times. I'm going to get back to the writing, and I'll see you guys next week.